14 of Alone Together meditations. And now we know by week 14, you know, we're not alone at all. We've got a huge following of friends and virtually family now online that we can go to. This is our go-to, you know, just radical act of self-care is a word that I used there last week. Like, so last week I had the pleasure, I gave like 17 mantras. I even gave one on the summer solstice there down at a stone circle in Ireland. And to a dear friend of mine who I've been waiting 8 years to give her mantra. I've had it for 8 years waiting. And then she called me on Saturday and she said, hey, can we do that mantra thing? So I just love how things work out, you know. When you're ready, it's your time, and you just can't miss it. Basically, it won't miss you. So basically, the whole summer solstice thing is beautiful because I think I read somewhere that it's a great time of the year to really set intentions. So I was going to do that today. I wanted everybody to kind of reflect on, it's been an interesting year. I'm sure a lot of us will be glad when this year ends. But there's been a lot of learning for all of us in this year as well. And what I wanted to do was just take the time now just to reflect. If you can just close your eyes for a second before we begin the meditation, and as people are joining the call, I wanted you to reflect and consider just each of the months of the year. Sometimes we recapitulate a day or a 24-hour period or a week. We're just going to do a short little recapitulation of the last 6 months, you know. So just consider it now. January. Is there any highlight that happened in January that comes to mind without trying to force it or without trying to concentrate too hard? And maybe you set some intentions in January. Or maybe you had big plans for 2020 in January. I think we all did. Just reflect briefly on that and then gently move your attention to February. And we started to maybe become aware that all was not so good in China. And, you know, February is usually that short month. So anything that comes to mind now, anything that just is highlighted in your own mind, in your experience from February. Remember, we had Valentine's Day in February. And just drawing to mind, maybe it was your birthday in February or a big anniversary or something. And then gently move your awareness from February to March. And March really was that month that hit all of us between the eyes. And just recalling kind of how the news started to make its way across the world. That maybe we were going to have to take some very stringent measures to halt this virus in its tracks or to minimize its impact on all of us. And just see if you can go back and recall and witness yourself as this news and this virus started to emerge in your life, in your awareness. And just remember how you felt then. You know, maybe you felt a lot of fear. I certainly did. A lot of anxiety was brought up. And maybe the realization of all of the things that you had to cancel, your work, your celebrations, your travels. And just noticing how you were impacted in March by this emerging pandemic. And then just finding then that point in March, maybe coming to the end of March, when you realized, okay, I need to figure out some radical self-care acts here, because this is certainly hijacking my attention, my nervous system. And how did you find us? How did you find Alone Together? Was it through an email that Sarah sent out, her newsletter? Was it a friend sent you the link? Just notice how the universe gets us the information that we need. How did you first hear of Alone Together? What was your first experience of your first meditation? Most likely with Sarah. And then maybe I came on the scene, and maybe some of the other teachers. And just notice how you found what you needed through technology, through your connections. Even though you might have been at home on your own, you were still connected through technology, through email, through messaging. And just bear that in mind, and how we started to form this group. Let's move into April next. So we set ourselves some timelines. We said, yeah, let's do this till, for 2 weeks. And then we got to the middle of April, and this virus wasn't going anywhere. And then we extended to the end of April, and we thought, yeah, sure, we'll have come out the worst of it by then. So just any highlights in April. Maybe you learned something really interesting about yourself, or maybe you had a challenging experience. Just noticing, moving on now from April to May. And again in May, we decided to extend the Alone Together series as our group continued to grow. And we showed up every day in May, every single day. At 5 o'clock, we were all here, most of us anyway, meditating every day in May. And maybe in this practice of meditation and self-inquiry, you started to uncover parts of yourself that, maybe it was a blessing. Even though we were all stuck at home, there were blessings in that. There's healing in that, maybe. And then we got to the end of May, and we were like, wow, guys, we have to go for another month. We're going to go for June. And then we found beautiful teachers to help carry us through June, and we all were assigned our days. Me on Monday, Sarah Tuesday, Sue Wednesday, Carol Thursday, Lisa Friday. And then my intention was that you'd be self-directing Saturday and Sundays. Just notice now how it's going, the self-directed practices. How resourceful are you? Are you able to kind of draw on what you've learned? And just see how, with this practice showing up every day in your life, how it's really helped you navigate probably one of the most testing times that we've all had to go through. And let's arrive here now in this moment, having recapitulated our Alone Together journey from January through to this moment. And let's take a long, slow, deep breath in together now. And as you exhale, release all of that memory that I might have churned up there for you, and just let it go. It's in the past. And here we are. We're right here, exactly where we're supposed to be in this moment. It's Monday, it's like winter here in Ireland. Sure, look, that's Ireland. And now we're going to meditate for about 20 minutes together. So the practice we're going to do today, it's going to be a bit of a visualization. And the visualization is just another way of settling your nervous system. So we'll just do a short visualization, then we'll scan our bodies, come into our hearts, and we'll do the self-inquiry. We'll ask a couple of questions in there. Because remember, I said we were going to set an intention given the day that was in it yesterday, the summer solstice. So as we begin the practice now, I want you to consider, what's that intention? What's it going to be? We'll say it in the middle of the practice, but we'll also say it at the end. So take a moment. Maybe you can ask yourself, what's my heart's desire? What do I really, really want? What would really help me right here, right now? What do I need? And it can be anything, material, physical, spiritual, anything in your relationships. anything at all that you'd like to experience, and that will maybe meet a need that you have. And if you want to formulate that intention, I invite you now to formulate the intention as a short, positive present moment statement. So don't be telling me what you don't want. I want to hear what you want in a positive, short way, as if it's already happened. So it'll be present moment. So if you want to be more peaceful, it could be I am peaceful. Happy, I am happy. Abundance, I am abundant. Anything now, I am healthy. I am whole, I am perfectly healthy. Anything you'd like to see fulfilled. And even if nothing is coming to you right now, don't worry. Just trust it'll come in due course. Okay, now as we begin our meditation, just imagine now that you're sitting in some place. It's your favorite place. Maybe you've not been able to visit because of the restrictions. So it could be where you go on your summer holidays, or a place you've been, or a place you dream about going to. And just imagine that you're there now. Just feel the ground beneath you. Just start to visualize it. What kind of shoes do you normally wear when you go to this place? Are they hiking boots? Are they flip-flops? Do you go barefoot? You know, what do you wear on your feet? What sort of clothes do you like to wear when you go here? Or do you imagine that you'll wear if you go here? And now that you're dressed and you're looking down at your feet, I want you to look around and just visualize who's with you on this journey. Who normally accompanies you, or who do you see here? Or who would you like to bring? You can just bring, you can make it up, or you can go back to a previous experience. And just imagine a whole day here now, and why you choose this place or this location. What does it do? Does it feed your soul? Does it feed your spirit? Does it calm you down? Is there water? Is there a lake or a sea? Is it warm or is it cool? Is it quiet or is it really, really busy? And just really now conjure up your own personal, special place. A real place or an imagined place. And just feel all the benefits of it. What do you eat when you go there? What's your favorite drink? Just imagine how you're holding a cup or a glass with that. And in front of you is a table laid out beautifully with all your favorite foods from that area or that location. And just see, look around at the table. Who's joining you in this meal? Maybe you're totally happy in your own company and you're sitting on your own. Just smile to yourself. How we can call up these memories and really settle ourselves with them. Or we can call up our imagination and really fantasize about where we're going to go when we can finally move out through from this lockdown. And now from here, we're going to begin the formal practice. So what we're going to do is we're going to scan our body. Now that we've been to the special place, just feel how your body feels having been there. Do you feel relaxed? Do you feel softer? Maybe you're allowing your shoulders now to rest and move away from your ears as your hands are resting lightly in your lap. Your legs are uncrossed, your feet are on the floor. Your chin is slightly tucked in, and your breath is beginning to settle. Let's connect with the sound of the breath next. And now let's invite the breath to move our awareness from our external world to bring our attention inward. So meeting the breath at the nostril opening, just allow the breath now to carry your attention down into your body, noticing the subtle rise as you breathe in, and then the subtle fall as you exhale. And with that attention moving inward, allow your attention now to rest across your chest at the center of your heart. And let's connect with the qualities of the heart, qualities of love, compassion, joy, peace, and any other feelings or sensations that you associate with your heart. Just imagine those qualities now are bubbling up and they're spreading like a warm honey now across your whole body, moving through the channels of the body, really creating a sensation of wholeness and peacefulness, energizing and enriching out to the extremities, your toes, your fingers, the top of your head. And just feel how we can fill ourselves up by our attention. And imagine now the qualities of your heart, whatever those were that you selected, they're now rippling out across your whole energy body. You are the ripple of your heart's desire. You are radiating peace. You are radiating joy. You are radiating compassion and love. And imagine it's filling up the room and it's contagious. You're filling up your whole household, your loved ones, your pets. And it's just contagious, spreading out across your whole neighborhood now. Feel this ripple effect. And now let's bring our attention back inward into the heart again. And we're going to ask our heart for some more guidance now that we're really connected with that spaciousness, that stillness, that silence, that higher guidance that comes through the heart, the wisdom, the intuition. And asking your heart now, what's my heart's desire? What do I really, really want? What are my needs? What do I need right here, right now? And now we're going to pause with that question for about a minute or two. And just sit with it. And now let's let that practice go. Let's let it go. And even if there were no answers, or if there were lots of answers, just trust that it'll still be there at the end of the practice, or it will meet you in due course. You just have to keep connecting with that part. And we're going to do a mantra practice now for about another 6 minutes. So the mantra for today is aham, aham, which is the Sanskrit for I am. So we'll begin this practice of the mantra by saying first your full name, I am, and your full name, maybe 3 or 4 times silently to yourself. I am, and my full name. And now release your surname, which is your second name, and simply say I am with your first name about 3 or 4 times silently to yourself. And then letting go your first name and simply saying 3 or 4 more times silently the English I am, I am. And now we're going to transition from the English to the Sanskrit of I am to aham, aham. So continue with this mantra while I watch the time. Continue to repeat it silently and effortlessly for about 5 more minutes until you hear the bell. Aham, aham. And now release the aha mantra and bring into your awareness that resolve, that intention that you thought of earlier as we began this practice. Remember, I encourage you to create a short present moment, positive statement of something that you would like to manifest, a feeling, a sensation, or a quality that begins with I am. And now I invite you to bring that to mind, repeating it 3 times silently to yourself, maintaining your attention on your heart. I am, and whatever it is you'd like to see fulfilled. Now we prepare to release that intention and to release this practice by taking a long, slow, deep breath in together. And as you exhale, allow that intention now and those questions of asking your heart and your soul's desires. Just release everything now to the universe. Let it all go. Let's do it one more time. Long, slow, deep breath in together. Gather everything up now, all of those intentions and questions, and then exhale. Really let it go. Leave it go with the breath. Let go of this whole part of this practice. Trust now that the answers will meet those questions and those intentions at exactly the right time. You're always being guided. The universe always has your back. And let's seal this beautiful practice that we now know and share. I'm going to invite you to do one loud Om together. And if it's not a good idea for you to do a loud Om where you are right now, you can do it silently to yourself. I wish I had the technology to release all of our microphones, but I don't know how to do that. So let's draw our hands together. Prayer position in front of our heart. Let's take the fingertips to the forehead. Take a short bow. We're showing up again today, this Monday, week 14, radical act of self-care for yourself. Draw the backs of your thumbs, pressing them against your breastbone. As we take a breath in before we do the Om chant one time, just prepare to really imagine, attune your whole self with this Om. So long, slow, deep breath in. Om. Nice. And when you feel ready, you can take another breath in and just feel that vibration. Pause for a moment and just feel, how does that Om feel, even if it wasn't out loud, even if you did an imagined one. And where your energy goes, your attention, or where your attention goes, your energy flows. So just feel it in your body, feel it all over. And really trust this process. Trust the setting intentions. Trust the universe has your back. Look at how you've been guided to find the Sangha, and how we've been guided to keep showing up, even though we keep saying, it'll end now in 2 weeks, or it'll end in 2 weeks. And we keep moving the goalpost, and that's okay too, And just trust that, the more attention that you can bring, like present moment awareness, to meeting or getting your own needs met, really feeling like, what do I need today? Ask yourself. We'd ask our kids all day long, or our pets, hey buddy, what do you need? Or we kind of forget about ourselves sometimes. So I'd love anybody who feels like sharing to unmute themselves. Please feel free to share. And if you have any questions about the practice, hopefully I can answer them. I'll do my best. And if you have anything you'd like to share, I'd love to know how you get on, when you're on your own. You know, it's easy to come here and be part of this, but you know, trying to keep yourself on track with your meditations when you're self-directing can be a bit of a challenge for sure when you're starting out. So Melissa,
I'll share.
yeah, go
So,
ahead, Kim. Thank you.
yeah, I wanted to say I came into the practice this morning feeling a little blue, and I don't know why. Sometimes moods just sort of bluster in, right? And my affirmation in the practice was to just invite a sense of cheerfulness and lots of light. And I feel like my energy completely shifted. And it's so interesting how these moods can arrive and how they can just dissolve. And some of it is intention. So thank you for the support to do that.
Brilliant.